Well, hello and welcome to the channel. This is Hadouken at Monster Trading. Thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, so today we're going to talk about altcoins. Some of the altcoins are still pumping, and these are the few trades that we posted in the live prior to this stream. Not only that, but on the Telegram group as well. So we have a community of Telegram group, and make sure you join us. Okay, it's a free group. You get to learn a lot. The community is extremely helpful. Not only that, it's full of brilliant traders. Okay, many different ideas, knowledge about different projects. So today, guys, I'm going to talk about a few altcoins I picked and why I picked them. Okay, they're still pumping. I'm going to walk through them with you in just a moment. All right, here we go. First one, highstreet. I'm going to give it a second to load. For some reason, the store is still going very, very slow. But, all right, let's zoom out for a minute. Here we go. I had posted the final entry at 138 for people who missed. Okay. Now, up until now, to the peak, from our entry to the peak, it was 200% profit. Okay, just pure 200%. Insane, fellas. Absolutely insane. And it's still pumping. While Bitcoin is having its retrace, this is still pumping. Now, I'm going to go on the 3-day chart and I'm going to walk you through why and how I thought this was going to pump. Okay, so let's leave that here. You can see the 200% profits. Clear the background, get rid of that, label background, and 20. Here we go. We'll just leave it at that. For the hell of it, we'll mark it in yellow. Okay. Hey guys, welcome. Just type in number 1 in the comment section if you can hear me okay. All right, sometimes you do get trouble with the audios. I'm traveling, I'm working off a laptop. So, all right, I'll check Phantom in a minute. Okay. All right, we'll check Phantom in a second. Okay, some altcoins, guys, accumulate to the upside. Okay, now that is an accumulation cylinder. Some altcoins accumulate in that way to the downside, and some just go sideways. Okay, now take a look, clear look on this chart. We had an accumulation to the downside right here. I drew it. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in. But for this purpose of this teaching, I'm going to jump into the daily time frame. Look at this. We had them both Okay, downward and upward accumulation cylinder, and it's just blasted off. Okay, so whenever you see a pattern like that, it's a good one. Okay, it's a good one. Now, I'm going to show you another coin that's pumping right now, but before that, let's take a look at Phantom. All right, brilliant. Thanks, guys. Okay, so for Phantom, I'm going to pull the Fibonacci's first. Okay, and I'm going to take this because that was the rejection area. Okay, it failed to break from this falling wedge. Massive rejection. Had a fake out, rejection. So that's my initial point. I'll take this to the bottom. Okay, so Phantom, it looks like it hit the first target, 0.382 Fibonacci at 44. Okay. The next one on my list will be the 0.5, 58. And beyond that, straight up to 702. Okay, and from 618 to 702, both key levels. Now, why that key level? Yeah. Okay. Let's bring up the arrow. First rejection. It broke through and broke down the support. Okay. Now, I'm going to go onto the weekly chart for a minute because there's something I want you to see. Okay. People will say this coin is completely dead. Okay. I don't believe so. Not yet. Now, personally, I'm not a big fan of it. Why? Because Andre Conje, who is one of the veterans in the crypto space, the guy who developed Wi-Fi, Phantom was involved with Wi-Fi, which is why I traded it on the way up. But he left. So it doesn't have the same liquidity as it did before. Okay. But TA wise, speaking TA wise, whenever you get massive red candles like that, it's pure liquidity, which means it's gonna bounce, retest, hold the support, and go to the upside to grab that liquidity. Okay. So I do think it can hit $1. Okay. I do think that. Will it do it this week? I don't think so. Few reasons, which I will mention in a minute. But let's focus on the TA for a second. This thing has taken out the accumulation zone. Okay, look at it again. Okay, this was the spring, and bam. Okay, so now I'm thinking it's going to do either creek or the SOS, which should be about there. Okay. Indicators on all the altcoins are just ridiculously high. It's ridiculously high. It's not for people who do futures tradings. That's where most of the liquidity comes. They don't have a clear-cut entry, and they'll get tired of scalping. Okay, because the risk is too high. So most likely they won't. Okay. So in my opinion, I think this needs to retrace or consolidate. What I would do is just be patient and draw up a range. Anything between 49 and 40 cents. That would be the range I would look for this thing to hold. Now, if it breaks down below it, well, we gotta wait and take a better entry. And I'm hoping it breaks down below it. Honestly, I would, because it just gives a better entry. By that time, what we'll see on a shorter time frame, which I will show you now, this thing will come down. That's the ADX. Okay. It's almost losing its strength. It's just about to flip from the bullish momentum to a corrective momentum. I'm not saying drop, but corrective momentum. Okay. So that's what we need. Now, there's one other thing that all these altcoins have done. So wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and now we need the wave 4. Wave 4 typically comes down back to this zone, the previous flag. Okay, it doesn't take out the height of wave 1. So that will be a perfect entry to go for a fifth wave up. Okay, and let's focus on price action alone, because I do like the way all these things, sometimes they make it simple, right? And they just pick up a parallel channel. So now we got a double top on the parallel channel, but we don't have a double bottom. Might see it as a rising wedge, but honestly, I would not go bearish and try to short at, if it drops to 34 cents, 35 cents, I would not short. Okay, many people will think, okay, it broke down the support, and I would not risk a short right there. Okay, I would not. I would first wait for the moment to turn a little bit bullish, walk back into the range, and then long it or buy it. Okay, and take the target straight up to 80, 85 cents, around about there somewhere. Okay, that's the way I would trade Phantom. Now this is a rising wedge, so I would not expect this thing to go flying all the way back up to $2. It can do, but I would not expect it. I would just kind of wait it out and see if I can get a better entry. See, personally, I'm a big fan of taking entries in a safer position. Okay, and I will show you that on ABI 3. So look for Phantom for anything between 37, 41, and 35. This is how I would trade it, and look for an upside position. Okay, now 4 hours. This is getting tired, like I said. Okay, this is getting tired. I'm gonna hide the indicators, man. That's just taking up all the space. Let's make a cleaner chart. It's just easier. Okay, the buy liquidity is sitting around that range. That's where the smartest people are waiting to buy. Now the bearish divergence is extended. Okay, it's way extended. It goes from the bottom of wave 2 to the top of wave 3. Okay, sorry, the bottom of wave 3 to the top of wave 3. And we just mark it in yellow. So I would wait for this to range. If it drops, brilliant. It's better. Okay, just watch that range. We still have the monthly close that's coming in, not today, but Tuesday. Tuesday we get the monthly close. And 1st of Feb, we have the FOMC meeting as well. So it's not a coincidence that these things they will still try to liquidate. Okay, they will start. It's not going to happen in a day. If it has to drop, it's not going to happen in a day. Okay, and I'm going to show you API 3, and this is what I mean about getting a safer entry. Okay, let's go back to the daily time frame. I posted this for the people in the Telegram group here. So my entry was sitting at about 120. Now I don't like to attempt to catch the bottom because that's like catching a falling knife. But I do know that this was a deviation. I looked back. This was a deviation. Okay, it just flew up, and it actually did. It paid up 52%. Actually, more than that, 65%. So let's see how it's hold. I'm still holding the position. I had a safer entry, so for me it's fine. Okay, but my idea with API 3 from the safer entry all the way up to 174%, about $3 to $4 runabout. Because you do have liquidity there in between that range. Okay, so that's how I focus on trading. I was on my radar, and not only on my radar, it is still in my portfolio. It's still in my bloody portfolio. I did take on my initial though, because whenever something pumps 150%, it's ridiculously risky. Okay, it's just insane. Now, my selection process is the TA itself. Okay, it's the TA itself. Actually, I'll show you a coin that is now pumping while the rest of the market is retracing a bit. That was it. But I do watch people who focus a lot on TA. Okay, they have their entries are pinpoint nailed entries. Okay, so I was watching one of the guys, and he drew this thing, and I always had a high eye for just picking up the coins at the bottom. Okay, yeah, sometimes they did drop like 10% more, but they flew back up. That's deviation. That's how they manipulate. Okay, but I saw this thing at the bottom. I posted, did not post it at 80 cents. I posted at $1. Okay, that was the entry where I posted it, and I just focus on liquidity. See where the liquidity is, and I do look at the fractals as well. Look at this. It's just still going. It's still nailing the fractal and the fact that there's auto blocks here. Okay, like I said, the big red candles. That's where the liquidity is. The gaps. These are vector candles. Vector candles always have filled with gaps. Always. Okay, and take a look at that on Bitcoin now. But look at this on the weekly. This was bloody awesome. Okay, that was TA. Now there was extreme bullish divergence. I mean, this is the money flow. Okay, look at this. Look how extended that is. It was a no-brainer. Absolutely no-brainer. Now, when I looked at this, the histogram, okay, on the weekly, it's just starting. On the 3-day, it's still going up. It's still pushing up. Now you go on the daily. This is still bullish, which is why I only took my investment out. Still have the profits running. And I think my profits, let me calculate how much profit have I made on my profits. I got rid of them at 240. Look at that, another 60%. So yeah, that's what my process is. I mean, I focus on the project, so I look at the fundamentals as well. I got the tokenomics, I got the market cap, and the fact that they haven't been pumped. Okay, that's how I select the altcoins. If it's a wiki action, not really my thing. I am not going. I don't have time all day. I actually got a full time job as well, so this is how I pick my coins. Yeah, that was a spring. And hello, hello. We got one more. This is actually pumping right now. Huh, it was. Look at that. Hmm. I already posted this for people. I'm not sure if anyone took it, but here we go. It's looking the same as High Street. It hasn't done anything. Okay. It hasn't done anything. Now, these are all the coins that have only 200, 300 million tokens. The market cap is ridiculously low. So these are all the coins that are going to be pumped beforehand because they're easier. Like pumping Atom from $10 to $100, that's such a large market cap, is a lot more difficult than pumping this, which is why I take them. Also, it helps. Accumulation range, classic double bottom. This thing is not going to stop, I believe, up until 49 and 68 cents. So that's the process. One thing I do miss is just watching this coin. I've missed it, and I missed the entries. I did not take this, but I completely forgot. Honestly, there's so many things I just completely forgot. But this is another one of them. Actually, I called this thing right here. I don't know if you guys saw the previous streams. You've been following me for a while or not. I call this thing here. Did 100 plus X. Because it was only being listed on Binance. So you had to stake your BNBs and stuff. Nobody was talking about it, and look the percentage it gave. 2,200%. That was good. Alright. So that was it. Now I'm going to talk about some projects that I am holding and the reasons why I bought them. Okay. Yeah, I think it's time to sell HTR. 162%. Not bad. Okay, HTR was one of the coins. Now I love this coin because it's privacy. Okay, it's privacy. With all the regulations coming up, privacy is going to be a huge issue. Huge issue. It's got great tokenomics. Market cap is fairly low. It's extremely low, and it's cheap. It's ridiculously cheap. Okay. People are going to buy this thing and they're going to pump it. Now, I don't expect this thing to fly back to 57 cents right now. But what I do believe it's going to do, it's range. Okay. And eventually, it will definitely hit about 80 cents to $1. That's my target. Okay. This is a classic structure that's going to be built. Okay. Now we're talking massive accumulation range, and by 2024, it's ready to fly off. Okay. This is going to be something. It has to make a range. Every coin will have to make a range, because if you see a pattern like that, they don't have enough accumulation to just go blasting off. Okay, but they do pay. I mean, in range, if you think about it, by buying for at the bottom, selling at the top, 100%, 160%. You can, if you need five times you trade the range, you still make 50% every time. That's 250%. Okay, so that's why I'm showing you this, because it will have the potential to do that, just that. Okay. Thanks for following, man. It's good. I'm also on YouTube, but with all the traveling I have to do for work, it becomes hard to just do a stream on daily basis. So I'm mostly on the screen share in the private group in Telegram, But yeah. But yeah, do keep following. I think I might just make my life a little bit easier if I just do a stream on TradingView. Okay. Let's leave AGLD to pump. Now a zero, it's people are not talking about this coin. Okay, which is a good thing for me. It's actually a lot better this way. Okay. I'm gonna delete this because I want you guys to see why I'm talking about this coin. Okay. Let's delete the gains for a moment. Now you see the structure I mentioned before. It has to build an accumulative structure. Like we had a little range. Okay. It broke out of it. Okay. And it's not just a small breakout. It's actually a confirmed breakout. All right. I'm going to move this for a second. So it had a breakout, closed 2 candles above, and it's breaking out of the second range again. Okay. And this is a 3-day chart, which means every candle is 3-day. So if you go in on the daily, it's a bull flag and stuff. Now it's almost to the top of the range. This is a massive range, purple box. Okay, let's leave it at that. It's a massive range. If you get lucky to buy it at the bottom of the range again, man, I'm going nuts at that position. Okay, this is a holder coin for me. Now, why it's a holder coin? I'll write it down. You can take a screenshot of it. I actually made a video on this thing as well, if I recall correctly. a month or so back. That's not how you spell VeChain. That's how you spell VeChain. The direct competitor to VeChain. Okay, VeChain is on almost 2 billion market cap, and it's sitting at about 2 cents. Okay, there's God knows how many billion tokens. So for it to go to $1, it actually has to do literally 100x. Okay, the market cap has to be sitting at about 97 billion, which is possible. I'm not going to say it's not possible, but that means market cap of the entire crypto has to be at about 10 trillion. Okay, a zero has only 20 million tokens, maybe even less. The market cap is sitting at only 20, 30 million. Fully diluted market cap is very low, which means to go from that position to a billion, I think it's only 250 million. Yeah, 250 million. You can easily get to a billion doing a 4x rather than doing a 50x on VeChain's market cap. Okay, and I think in the future this thing is going to follow use what's it called, artificial intelligence as well, which is going to be the narrative for the next bull cycle. Okay, but I do like it. I just simply love it. The targets for me are huge on this. I'm talking about $6 at least, and the reason why I'm telling you this is simply because you can put a Trias or what's his face fractal. Yeah, Trias fractal. Trias went to a $28 mark from $1. KDA, when I found it at 60 cents, it went from 60 cents to God knows $28, $38. And that was sitting at 250 million market cap. It went to 2 billion. Okay, that because it was easy to pump. Fully diluted market cap was low. So those are the things I focus on, and that's how I get the altcoins. Okay, now this thing, in my opinion, is going to be huge. I bought this thing at around, I think, $1, something like that. So it's not a huge gain, but this is accumulation for me. Okay, anything under 150, I'm just gonna continue to buy. Okay, if I get lucky and buy it at 67 cents, I'm definitely going double on what I have in the portfolio right now. Okay, so that's how I focus. And if you move this, you just take it range by range. It's 106, 110%. From this top to the top of the range, it's going to be another 109%, which means from the entry at about $1.20 is 150%. Take it all the way to the top, which is my target, is 400%, which is 4x in the market cap. But not necessarily it means the coin is only going to go to $6, right? If there's FOMO, it can easily do a 6 to 10x. That's why. Oh, by the way, one more thing of this. Almost all the coins are in circulation, which means there is hardly going to be a token unlocked to dump the price. That's another beauty, another plus point. All right, so that was one. Now I'm going to show you my Atom idea. Atom had a release of Cosmos 2.0. Okay, I think this is going to be huge, huge in the next bull run. Okay, Atom is going to be huge. Now, it already bounced off of $6. Very likely it ranges anything between 9 and 13 for the upcoming months. Okay, I'm following this fractal very closely. It's still playing out very, very, very accurately. Okay, extremely accurate how this thing plays out. You just have to pick the right ones. Okay, let's see if it gets to 33. All right, but Adam can easily hit an $80 mark. I think he can easily hit an $80 mark. Just have to be sure when, and I need to see how it reacts when it breaks out this bull flag. That would be my confirmation to see where my targets are. But if this is hypothetically the bottom, okay, first target is about 61, and then I would move to about $150. Okay, Adam is a great play for the next bull cycle. It's a big cap, I know, but some big caps are essential to keep in the portfolio. Okay, now MNW, yeah, Morpheus Network is another one of my gems. Okay, stuck in a range at the moment, but still playing up my bull flag. Damn, I do so much work sometimes it just seems messy. Alright, I'm gonna leave that fractal on because I don't want to forget to see which one it is. Now, inverse head and shoulders, I think it's gonna hold, and let's see how it reacts. If it does actually give me an entry on the wave C. Now, if I have to buy this thing again or more, I'm not selling this, by the way. This is not a coin that I'm trading. I am only going to hold this thing. I'm waiting for an entry on wave C. See if it's giving me a lower high. Sorry, a higher low. Okay, confirm falling wedge, and then we'll see. But I do like Morpheus Network. Not many people talk about this thing, but I do believe what it's trying to achieve, it can actually do so. Okay, it allows Ethereum-based smart contracts to be used as predetermined automated work contracts, shipping, and custom document. Okay, so basically it's going after the entire utility concept. Okay, whatever you need for a global trade. It has a great use case. Okay, that's a brilliant use case. Now, take a look at the tokenomics. It's one of the reasons why I picked it. 77 million market cap, fully diluted is 78. Almost all the tokens, I mean, only 700 of them need to be unlocked, but otherwise 47 millions are already out. Okay, imagine that going just to about $500 million market cap. That's a little over 5x. Little over 5x, which means it puts you into an all-time high. Right about there, $10. Okay, look into that project. I haven't made a video on this yet. I might in the coming days, but it's definitely worth to keep an eye on. I was actually hoping for it to get it under $1, like about 70-ish cents when it comes to do a retest. It didn't, so I bought it at about 90 cents or $1. Okay, I'll leave a stop here just in case at 92 cents in case if it breaks it, then I'll buy it lower. Okay, I'll only be down like 2%. Okay, we gotta protect our portfolios as well, right? You can't just give into the markets. Crypto is pumping because of technical fundamentals. Okay, let's understand this for a minute. I'm going to use my bitstamp chart. It's a lot easier and clearer to understand. Okay. And for the purpose of this, I am going to go to the COVID drop. Tell me, what difference do you see in this drop when the fundamentals were so brilliant with the whole world being in lockdown, and this fundamental right here in today's market? Okay. Honestly, there is none. The only thing there is just a simple box of liquidity. Okay. Like I said, vector candles, red candles are huge gaps. Okay. This was manipulation. Now this is accumulation. So we went to expansion. Okay. This is how it basically works. Manipulation, which comes down, accumulation, expansion. Wave, 3 waves. Count 3 waves. Okay, look what happened here. Manipulation, accumulation, expansion. Okay. Now this, of course, 17K should never have been broken. All right. It just shouldn't have. But they wanted cheaper prices. So that's what they do. Okay. And it also kind of completed everything. Now, what I see here is TA playing out. This is technical fundamental. Wherever you have gaps, this thing is going to fill it. Okay. There's a huge gap here. Huge. This is just up for grabs. And if something is up for grabs, whales are going to take it. They screwed the bears on this. People were shorting down here at 16K. I never posted a short in 16K. Actually, in fact, I posted a long from 16.7 and 17.2. Yeah, took profits around 18.5, then reposted a long. Actually, I think you guys saw it. I'm going to show you the other chart. It's still up there. Okay. This is what's happening. It's just technical playing out. Everything in the market, even though fundamentals don't look good, but we see them now. We see the fundamentals now, but everything has already been priced in. Okay. Now, let's say Bitcoin hypothetically does drop. Okay. Yeah, come down. Okay, come down. Give me an opportunity to buy the altcoins. And then just go up and down and up and down, and then bam. Okay. So manipulation, accumulation, but most likely a deviation at the bottom, and then it goes up. Okay, I don't think this is what's going to happen. I mean, look at this. Look at this similarity I showed you guys with the high street. Bam. That's how you draw your typical trend lines. Right? It's a falling wedge. It broke out of the falling wedge. It's technical. Never believe what people are telling you. Okay, just protect your trades, but you have a stop loss, and only by projects you believe in. Okay, and that's why I focus mostly on, for my coin selections, great tokenomics, low market caps. Because how much lower is the market cap going to go from 20 million? I mean, it's easy to drop from 1.7 billion to 250 million, like KDA did, right? But dropping from 50 million to 20 million is only 50%. That thing will be easy to recover. KDA will need years to recover to go back to 1.8 billion, right? So just protect yourself like that. It was accumulation, man. They wanted this thing to break. They wanted this thing to break. This is mostly political, I think. Every time they do the bloody same thing, right? And here's another thing that I want you guys to look. Just remember this, okay? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this fractal. And now we're going to go study the 2015 chart. Why the 2015? I think you will see it in a minute. Massive crazy border. Okay. Not 2019, I need 2015. Okay, look how similar it looks. Okay, and this is 2019, 2018, 2019. FTX drop, accumulation, and then breakout. I think we are entering in this phase right here. Right here. Not quite there yet. I think we might just be entering in that phase. Okay? Because this is a bit different. It was cheaper. Bitcoin was way cheaper. Now that the market cap is high, I think the TA playing out is this one. Okay, you go back to 2015. Here, this is what I want to talk. Look how similar this thing looks. Okay, FTX drop, accumulation, and then bam, it just went straight up. So if we get to that phase here, I am buying. Now Bitcoin, my focus will be solely on altcoins. Okay, that's where my focus will be. But this is what I'm expecting to see. Okay, so what we had is 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to 4, and then we got to see the fifth wave. Okay, we got to see the fifth wave, and then we'll see what to do. But yeah, now let's take a look at the call I posted for the people in the chat. Index. Let's read it. There you go. See, it's the price action. Sometimes you gotta draw a fractal inside the pattern way before it's presented. I actually drew this. When I posted the long box, it was slightly extended. It wicked out. It wicked to the second target easy. Now it printed profits at the third target. Okay, so I do want to see this thing come down, and most likely it will be 23K because there is a liquidity gap, CME gap, and of course it's Monday, which means the market opens and the CME gaps must be filled after the Asian session, or during the Asian session. So it's pretty good. If it comes down, we'll see what it does, but we do need that retrace. That's why I have 0 long positions now, only spot holdings, and it's the projects I believe in. But man, if this thing comes down back to about 21.8, that would be absolutely terrific. It will definitely bring down your phantom, and that is what we need on all these altcoins. Who asked me for phantom, by the way? Oh, Feroz asked me for phantom. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And we do need that drop. Not XTC, QNT is going to be another one in my portfolio. And Floki is another one of them that paid. This thing is still going. Jesus. Paid 200% of my entry. Paid bloody 200%. Let's see if SHIB is on the same area, because if it is, you might be able to take that trade. It does look like Floki. I might need to study this a bit to see if it's going to pay me the 200% or not. Right? Now meter G. I haven't talked about this coin with many people, but here you go. These are my targets. $8 to $10, $12 by the end of year. My longer term targets are $67, 2,000%. Right? Keep meter G on your radar. Do some research on this project. I think it will pay off. Now, speaking just technically, this is a brilliant structure. Okay, it's just absolutely beautiful. Now, this is going to be the accumulation area. So once this thing breaks out, all you got to do is use the Fibonacci. So the first major target is going to be $23, just taking above the wick on the all-time high. And then we'll see where it goes next. But it falls in between all my targets. So just take this, 290%, put it up. Yeah, also goes with the fibs mostly. 16 to $18. Okay, and that's of course off the top of the range. I think below that it's 500%. Again, low tokenomics, low market cap, and great use case. Let's check Solana. Now, many people are not so bullish on Solana. I mean, as fundamentally speaking. Okay, Solana has grabbed almost all of its liquidity. Okay, almost all of it. Now, what I do see Solana doing is taking out this major candle. Okay, so we got, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3. Where is that wave count? Let's do this wave count. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 waves. We got 5. And then 6, 7. This is capitulation. Now that it's already had the move up, we need an ABC, which is almost all the altcoins are doing. We need an A, B, C. Sorry, no. It doesn't look so good on the weekly. Let's go on the daily, on the 3-day chart. Okay. We're having a C wave to the upside, the correction phase. Okay. Now we need an ABC to the downside to confirm the accumulation before we can go the corrective wave to the upside. Very likely it does take out this liquidity, $36. We'll just have to see how it responds at the daily time frame because it's ridiculously tired. All these altcoins are just ridiculously tired. And I think there's a graph. Hold on, let's check this. There's a graph. It's called the smart money versus dumb money. So we got retailers are dumb money, basically all of us. Okay. There's a graph that overlays and it's indicating at the moment that the smart money has already left. It's the dumb money that's FOMOing in. So if that's the case, then most likely we will have a retrace. Okay, we will have a retrace. And we do need that as well, which means breakout, top of the range. $20 will be a great entry point for Solana. Anything between $21 and $20. That's the OTE zone. I will leave it as marked here. Okay, let's see how it reacts in that area. Let's see how it reacts. Because right now it's building up a bearish divergence. It's not quite there yet, which is why I think. Hold on, let me draw this on the indicator. You might be able to see it. Okay, so we got maybe slightly green hell that's going to come, and then the red one. And again, this will make a lower high and then drop. Okay, which is why I'm saying this can easily grab this liquidity at 29 and then suddenly surprise you. Okay, so that's why my entry zone is 21 and not 16. Ideally, 16 would be great, 17, but that's what my entry zone will be, 20, just to go to the upside, liquidate, and then come back. And then eventually just fill our. Because you see, it just can't go. If you take a look at it on this chart, it's just, it can't go all green candles. It's simply not sustainable. It's just simply not sustainable. So I think it will retrace. It will give us an accumulation. But eventually, it will come back down to 16s, and then we see what happens with that. But I'm not going to deny the possibility of this thing breaking out, but I'm still not going to buy it. This is what I will wait for it to do, and then go and grab the liquidity upside to $90. Okay, now that would be potential area for Solana, and this is the only way personally I will trade it, either here or in this bull flag. Okay, that's the only way I will trade this thing. If not, not interested. All right. The other thing is, Solana has already done 13,000%. So the chances of it doing another 13,000% are slim to none. Okay, it can be a great project. Yes, I'm not going to deny it's going to go all the way up to like 600, but for that to happen, we actually definitely need a bull market, and for that, we do not have the market macro sentiment just yet. Okay, we don't have that yet. We can have a retrace, yes, but even for a retrace, the safest entry is to buy after that accumulation that's going on, because this is a classic reversal pattern. Most people don't see it. Most people will be like, oh, okay, double top and all that. But if it does have a bull flag, it's a good trade zone. I will trade it there. I will definitely long it. Okay, definitely long that. Why? It's the rejection zone and it's the Fibonacci zone, which means it's definitely going to go all the way up, most likely to the 786 and the 702, 51 to $60, and then maybe the 886 at about 81. Now that would be perfect. It's still going to be about 90%. I'm going to trade this thing on futures, not buying in spot. No way. No worth buying something that's already done 13,000%. Well, let's see. You know what, Bitcoin, and this is important, and why I think it's not a coincidence, and that's the reason why I haven't been posting shorts as well. Okay, take a closer look on the chart. Okay, this pattern is actually beautiful, beautiful, just no question. But let's throw in the moving averages, and this is the weekly chart. Okay, never, ever, ever in the history of Bitcoin it has had a death cross on the weekly time frame. Ever in the history of Bitcoin, and we're talking 13 years. This is the first time it's going to cross. Unless it suddenly just breaks all the way up to 30K and closes above it. Right? So it doesn't, It doesn't count if Bitcoin closes up above 25K. It doesn't count. It has to close above 28 and 30K because that's where the most of the liquidity is. Only then this thing will turn to the upside. Okay? Only then, to avoid the death cross. But this thing is most likely going to happen in the first week of Feb. Okay? In the first week of Feb. That's why I am not 100% invested in crypto. I just have my holds that are cheap right now. That's all. Okay? But watch out for this. Now, if you get some crazy narrative like, oh, the Fed is hawkish and they're going to, instead of 25 basis points, they will increase 50 basis points, that is going to drop the market. No, it's the death cross that's going to drop the market because this is key. Okay? Now, pay attention. And this is most sometimes people miss these things. Okay? Here, look at this. We had a death cross coming. Price had already started to move before that to test it. Okay? We had a death cross coming here. Price has already started to move to go and test it. Now we have a death cross coming. Price has already moved to go and test it. Now this is how the whales play games. Okay, this is how they play games. Now they have projections. They have moving averages that projects the potential crosses. So they play games and they say, okay, I'm going to go onto the weekly chart and see. It has bullish divergence. Okay, it's on the weekly time frame. When am I going to have the death cross projected in Feb? Okay, I'm going to delay the rally from December to January, and then I'm going to pump it in January to Feb. It's going to take a whole month anyways. So be wary of this. Okay, it will have nothing to do with the Fed. It will have nothing to do with the macro, but it is simply TA because you can't control the moving averages. You can manipulate the price, but if Bitcoin closes above 30K, it's still not sustainable because that will be pure green candles, pure green dildos. And no one can take green dildos for, well, unless you're completely insatiable and that kind of stuff, but it just doesn't make sense. It just won't hold. And yeah, we're still in a downtrend. For the downtrend to change, Bitcoin does have to, well, it's already broken. For the downtrend to change, we need a higher low. It's not about how high Bitcoin can go. It's about where the high low we can get. So if we get a higher low, anything above 15 or 16K, it's good. Actually, if it starts dropping now, bring it on. It doesn't matter if it falls back into the pattern right now. Okay, it just gives us more time. So I'm wary of this death cross. I'm gonna see how it reacts in the coming days because it will not. It's not. If it has to go down, it will not go down today. It will not go down tomorrow because it has to close the monthly above 22K, well above 21,000 before the FTX crash. I think it's gonna aim to close above the 22K on the monthly as well. So let's see. Let's see where it can grab the liquidity and fake most people out. And this will give us more idea. Yeah. The Bitcoin shorts have bottomed. Okay. They've definitely bottomed. Now they're just accumulating contracts. Bullish divergence, it played out, which means it marked the bottom. Now, this is where it's pays to be careful. And look, there is just no coincidence. Okay. It's just absolutely no coincidence. This thing is dropping right when we are about to have a death cross on Bitcoin on the weekly. I mean, come on. So that plus the DXY, Now it's not ready yet, but I do think it's marked the bottom for now on the daily time frame. So it's going to accumulate for a while and then go up. This is supposed to be happening within the first 2 weeks of Feb. Okay, within the first 2 weeks. I think it's going to go up to about $103, $104 mark before it starts to come down again and gives Bitcoin another chance for the next couple of months before it starts to retrace to the upside at about 106, 107, and then start to crash next year. That's what I'm projecting on the dollar. But this range is not going to be good because there's going to be an accumulation range for the dollar to break to the upside. So it's going to be tricky with Bitcoin. But we got that, and there's something else I wanted to take a look at. Bitcoin dominance. Now, Bitcoin went up because Bitcoin dominance was still going up. Now, this is still bullish. So I think it's going to hold. And I think it's going to definitely close above it. Now, people were calling for Bitcoin dominance to fall from this area. Wait, so we can get an alt season because that's what they wanted. And it's what happened in the past. But if I zoom out, this is the same accumulation chart of Bitcoin before it broke up massive. Now, it doesn't mean if Bitcoin dominance goes up, it doesn't mean Bitcoins keep going up. I mean, it just means that Bitcoin is actually good. It can drop, and everything depends on Bitcoin, so Bitcoin dominance can still go up. Okay, because look at that. Bitcoin bottomed in June, right, at 17K, around about there somewhere. In the 13th of June in 2022, Bitcoin dominance topped. So Bitcoin was dropping, dominance was going up. So same thing can happen here. You can still get a retrace on Bitcoin. Dominance can still go up and then give us the altcoin season. Well, however long it can be. Yeah, definitely. Definitely too many green days. We need a breather. Just so we can get a clear picture and a good entry. Yeah, this is not sustainable anymore. I might just sell my entire position out of it. Actually, I'll leave a stop loss in my entry and see what it does. If it wicks me out, it wicks me out. Oh, Matisse, keep this coin on your radar. This is making a beautiful range. Okay, this is making a beautiful, beautiful range. I'm not going to delete this. I posted the entry at about 819, something like that. But I think this coin is going for a retrace, and very likely it takes out the high from August at $50, and it can hit about 83, maybe even $100. Okay, 58, 80, and 100. That's my targets. Now, smart layer 2 contracts focusing on decentralization. It's an ecosystem on its own. Okay. So that's why I like it. I like projects that are either blockchains and ecosystem on their own. They're worth the investments. Okay. They're definitely worth the investments. It's cheap. It will have its own wallet because it's going to be a DAO. Okay. Total value locked is 140 million. This will eventually grow over time. Bear in mind we're in a bear market. Okay, we're in a downtrend. So still a bit low. But in a bull market, this can easily get to a billion. Okay, that's a 10x. Right? It's a project that you can build onto here without trade-offs. Security, scalability, decentralization. Basically, all three of them. That's the whole reason why we're in crypto, right? Let's take a look. Max supply 10 million. max. It's 147 million market cap. 5 million are in circulation at the moment. Sorry, 4 million. Okay. Released 5 point something million, which means only 4 million need to be or 5 million need to be released. We can still get it cheaper. Okay. We might be able to get it a little bit cheaper. But 147 for a project like this can easily get to a 10 billion project. So not 10 billion, a billion project. Okay. It's almost a 10x. Almost a 10x. Which will only take you to your all-time high. Now, bear in mind, not all projects have the same market cap or dilution of market cap at the same time, right? So it's one range goes up before the other one. So if Meta is going up, Metaverse is going up, all the Meta coins will be going up. And even in that, not all the coins go up at the same time. The beauty of this project is if Ethereum goes up, Metis goes up. It's like optimism. That's an ecosystem. So if the ETH is going up, these two projects are going up. And just for the sake of tokenomics, I would just buy this project. I think I'm invested in it as well, but only a small position. It didn't fill my order. It just wicked me and pumped. Okay, but it's something that's definitely worth checking out because huge upside. Absolutely huge upside. Okay, buying it at the bottom of a range, it's a lot better. Or after it breaks out and holds, is better. Right now it's in a no trade zone. I will definitely see and wait, watch and wait, see what it does. Otherwise, I'm not trading it. I'll either up here or down here. But definitely worth it because I think this is gonna go up huge. Huge. It already went up to 318 bucks. It can easily hit 500 because Ethereum is gonna break an all-time high next cycle. Okay. I'm not saying by much. I'm not going to say it's going to go 25k, but maybe 9k, 10k. So imagine what this thing can do. When Ethereum's money rotates into altcoins, imagine what this thing can do. Right. Now the other one is RVEV. It's just a brilliant project, man. It's just a brilliant project. It has a beautiful use case. Beautiful use case. Now, I think this is the next EGLD. So EGLD went what from $8 to what 500. This has doubled the tokens of EGLD. I'm thinking about 200 bucks. But it's still a 20x. Still a bloody 20x. Okay. Of course, you have to buy it at about there and just kind of sell it here. Anything between $9 to $10, you can easily sell it up there. 1900% profits. Now, the reason why I like this is not just because of the tokenomics, it's because of its use case. Okay. So it also does the same thing, but it does it on Ethereum. Right? RVEV is layer 1. So it's basically a priority. It's a blockchain on its own, and the burn tokens every time it's being used by the validators. Okay, so whenever they confirm on the nodes, whenever they confirm and validate the contract, RV tokens are being burned. So it will reduce the number of tokens. And it's a necessary project for Ethereum 2.0, which is the proof of stake. Because proof of stake is not. The merge was successful, but it was not as reliable. And there was the key. It was not as reliable as it was meant to be. Now they still have work to do on that, which I'm pretty sure they will release the news in the next bull run. Like, oh, Ethereum 2.0 improvement is coming, it will be ready by some stage. Okay, fine. But until then, this is like buying Matic at 30 cents. It will take time, guaranteed, but imagine just $200 in it. That'll be 4 grand. Yeah, I don't have to do anything. AGLD's up. Spoke about HTR. Oh, here, Tezos. Let's talk about it. But I'm going to hide the indicators because otherwise the chart is too messy. Here we go. There. See what I meant by accumulation and the retrace? This fractal is from a coin which honestly I can't remember the coin because I think it's Sia coin, if I'm not wrong. Very, very old fractal. But it does look like it has had a breakout of the accumulation cylinder, which goes to the upside. It's done its thing, and now it's just playing chop. I'm watching this area to hold when it comes down. 92 cents to $1. Now this is going to be tricky, and most altcoins, if they have a retrace, this is what most likely they're going to do. That. Now, if I see this with multiple higher lows, I am going to definitely long this position. But I post some charts on. You know what? Let's do this. Let's post it right now. Publish. Publish idea. Bezos possible trade coming up in the next few weeks. I changed the language for some reason. Sucks. Bezos. Chart patterns, technical indicator, no, not technical. Trend analysis. Just leave it at that. USD. Right, done. I'm gonna keep posting stuff like this. See if I can help as many people as I can. Now starting the next bull run. But I think it should pay off. As we can delete him. It's done. Alright guys, that is it for me. It's almost 4 a.m. in Spain. I gotta get some rest, got an early day tomorrow. Right. Remember to give me a like and also follow me on YouTube. The channel is called Monster Trading. Your likes and your comments, they just kind of help the algorithm pick up all the technical analysis and stuff. It will show up for people who actually need to learn a bit. They're new in the market and stuff. So it'll give me a chance to get more people, more audience. Okay, because everyone has a different strategy. Some people, they just want it easy. No complications with the trading. So let's see. Let's see if we can help more. All right, I'm gonna call it a day. And I'll catch you in the next stream.